It's Mindy from Time to Unwind, and I just have a few minutes here, and I just thought I'm going to show you the project I'm working on currently, and I'm just making it for my husband, and he doesn't like a really fat scarf. He likes a long one, so I had to order another ball of yarn just to make sure I'd have enough. But this is that Dreamy Stripes, I think. Red Heart? Maybe. But I love this pattern because it is very simple. It's almost mindless. It is reversible, so it looks good on both sides. So if I do this, can you see it any better? It's done with double crochets and post stitches. To start with, let me grab a piece of yarn and I'll do a short repeat to give you what the bottom looks like. And let me think. Let's repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, come on, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the baseline is a repeat of 5, and then plus 1, 2, 3, and for your first stitch you're going to go back 1, 2, go into the third stitch with a double crochet, so wrap, go into that third stitch, and in that third stitch you want to do 2 double crochets. Chain 1. And then into the fourth stitch, right beside it, you want to do 2 more double crochets. And of course, this is just your setup row. Then you want to skip 1, 2, 3, go into the fourth with 2 double crochets, oh, this ball of yarn. I was having trouble with this ball of yarn. I was happy when I was finishing. Okay. Where am I? Second double crochet, chain 1, and go into the next chain with 2 more double crochets. So here's what we've got so far. And let's finish out this row. 1, 2, 3, go into number 4. Double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, into the next stitch, double crochet, double crochet, and then just to make a nice tidy edge, put 1 double crochet into the last stitch, skip to the last stitch and put a double crochet. So we have 3 repeats here, and this is what it looks like on this side, and this is what it looks like on this side. So we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, depending on how you crochet. If it makes it a little too loopy, you can just chain up 2, but I'm going to chain up 3, and you're going to turn this over. And now what we're going to look at is the back side, and we're going to skip the first double crochet, and you're going to make a front post double crochet around the second double crochet. Now you come to that chain 1 space. So you want to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Well, it helps if you don't mess up. So I've done the double crochet, the chain 1. Now I'm going to do another double crochet in that one chain space up there. And now I'm going to make another double crochet around the first post of the next pair. So I've put in 4 stitches. I've left the first one, I've gone around the second one, gone 2 into the chain 1 space with a chain 1 in the middle, and then around the first double crochet following that, I've gone in with another post stitch. And we're going to repeat that pattern across. These extra little double crochets just get to sit there. So let's go ahead and do a post stitch, front post stitch into the second double crochet of the next cluster, into the chain 1 space, a double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet. Always in this chain 1 space, it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And then follow that up with a double crochet front post stitch into the next stitch at the end of the gap there made by the first one. And now here, if you look at this, you can see where you're going next. You're going to make, we work right around this little opening. So we skip this stitch, we go post stitch around the first stitch, then double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, and end again with the post stitch around the next double crochet, and then we're just going to double crochet into the top of the end of that stitch. And now we've got a row to the front and a row to the back. Now, of course, the bottom row is really a setup row. But can you see how that's beginning to take shape? And so here I am up here. Where am I? I finished the first cluster here. And so I'm about to go into the next cluster of this row. So I'm skipping these stitches here and going to the next, going around the next posts that are coming up around those center chain stitches. You're always working around those little holes. And so go to that first stitch around before the chain one, put your post in, put one into your chain one space, chain one, another one in the chain one space, and then around a post stitch around the one surrounding it. So you're kind of framing that hole there with these post stitches. And then you're ready to make a post stitch and skip clear over to the next open area. Now I say that, but don't mistake this one. This one's on the other side. We're going to this one, which is the one facing you. You'll see that these two little stitches on this side are around the chain one space below. And you're going to work on that chain one space, not the chain one space over on the other side. So I saw this pattern as a chart on Elledge, ELLEJ.org, I think it was. It's a Russian site, and it had charts. And by the way, the way to chart a post stitch is a regular line. A double crochet is like a T with an angled cross on it. A post stitch double crochet is like the T with the angled cross, only it goes down and has a hook on it. And that goes around front or back to the other stitch. And so this is just such a fun stitch, and it's reversible, and that makes it so nice. You're doing the same thing the whole way through, and yet the thing is totally reversible. It makes a really nice pattern. You can use it for scarves, blankets. It would probably make a nice hat if you don't want something windproof. It would make a nice vest or sweater if you wanted to do something like that. And I just thought you might like to see it, and you might like to learn a simple stitch. And I'll come back and teach another one